Hey everybody, the Johnny Kage here, and today on the Game Kage, we're playing a game that's very near and dear to my heart. Ignore the LJN logo, it'll make this process a lot less painful for us both. We're playing WWF Royal Rumble for the Super Nintendo. Now, as some of you may or may not know, I was a huge fan of pro wrestling back in the mid and late 90s, mostly during the Attitude Era with Stone Cold and The Rock. But it started in the mid-90s, and this was the first wrestling game that I ever had, so let's take a look at the wrestlers. We've got the Macho Man, Randy Savage, from Sarasota, Florida. Oh yeah! Rest in peace, Macho Man. We also have Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, from Minnesota, with his special move, the Perfect Plex. Oh, my personal favorite wrestler of all time, the Dead Man, from Death Valley, the Undertaker, with the Tombstone Piledriver. Gotta love it. And then Bret the Hitman Hart from Calgary, Alberta, Canada with the Sharpshooter. He was probably my first ever wrestler that I really liked. Probably my first ever favorite wrestler. Oh, TATANKA, back when racial gimmicks were all the craze in the WWF and you could get away with just about anything. Great to see you there with your reverse slam, whatever that is. And we got Crush, who was actually the other Undertaker back when there was an Undertaker versus Undertaker feud. But if you know that, then you probably know who Crush is already. We got the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who is probably still wrestling, even though he's probably got to be 60 years old or so. These guys just gotta let it go, really. And you got the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Oh, I love their music. I love his music in particular. Even though they don't have intros, I love the fact that they play the music when you leave the cursor on him long enough. And this is back before he had the Sweet Chin music as his special. Here he's only got the back suplex. Then we got the bad guy, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, one of the outsiders, with his move, the Razor's Edge, from Miami, Florida. Nice. YOKOZUNA! Who can forget YOKOZUNA, right? From Polynesia. I don't know why they put that up there. He definitely was from Japan, but crazy guy. The Narcissist, better known as Lex Luger to all of us who, you know, maybe watched a little bit of WCW back in the day. You know, NWO, Wolfpack for life. You know, that thing. And finally, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. I think this is kind of a little outdated for him. I think he probably stopped wrestling around this time, but anyhow, he's there if you want him. And I'm going to go with The Undertaker, my personal favorite wrestler of all time. He's just so amazing, so badass. You know, whether he's being a good guy or a bad guy, you gotta cheer for him. So we're doing the typical Royal Rumble match, and without getting too much into what a Royal Rumble means, you have to throw the bad guy, and the bad guy I mean your opponents, over the top rope, and other guys will come in as the match progresses. Considering this is for the Super Nintendo and not a real Royal Rumble, you can only have 6 people in the ring at a time. Oh, Shawn Michaels is eliminated by Mr. Perfect there. I feel like I'm going to start to go into commentary like a Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler type of thing right here. But, so you get all 6 men in, and you can use so many different commands here. It's pretty interesting how they use all the buttons. In a Royal Rumble, you can do L to do an eye gouge, and you can push R to do a choke, which you can't do in a normal match because they're illegal, but anything goes in a Royal Rumble. You push X to get into a grapple with someone, and then from that, you button mash like crazy. You'll probably be able to pick up some of it, because this is a very high-intensity button mashing game that will probably give you a bit of a sweat by the time it's all said and done, especially if you're playing on the most difficult mode. But if you can do a grapple, you hit B, you can do a body slam, smash X enough, you do a suplex, A is headbutt, Y throws them into the ropes, and then when they're running at you, you can hit, I believe it's Y to do, no wait, Y would just run. Y runs by itself for your guy. B does a hip toss, A does a drop kick, and X does a clothesline, and there goes TATANKA! Tossing them right out. As you can see there, when I grappled with Mr. Perfect, the gauge is green. And if you can tap your buttons enough, and you're primarily focusing on tapping the R button, and you get the meter all the way up, that's how you do your special move. It depends, though. Some people are different, because not everyone has a special move that requires a grapple. Like if you're Bret Hart, you just go down to their legs and hit R, and it automatically puts them in the sharpshooter. And you can also tell when people are getting worn out because they'll just stand there breathing heavily after you hit them a few times. And you also obviously stay down on the ground longer the more damage you take. And we'll see how I do. I'm playing this on the hardest difficulty, like I said, but it's not that tough. I mean, I don't think there's much of a difficulty range, although it has been a while since I played this game. So we'll see how it goes. This is one of those games that I really wish I could play better on my Super Nintendo, but my Super Nintendo controllers, they are really going. I think one of them, the start button hardly works, which is definitely a problem, and the other one, the R button, is completely shot. And if you're going to play this game, you need the R button to deliver a tombstone to Bret Hart. Oh! And then he gets right back up. Oh, no sell. Worse than John Cena. Not that I'm that familiar with newer wrestling. I haven't watched an episode of wrestling in probably 6 or 7 years, but, you know, people give wrestling a hard time because it's definitely different from what it used to be about 10, 15 years ago, but it's still really entertaining. Like, if you're flipping through channels, can't find something to watch, and you see wrestling, even if you were never into it, it's fun to just watch it for like 10 minutes, just watch a match, see what happens, you know, it's definitely worth worth a look now and again. And we got the bad guy, Razor Ramon, Mr. Scott Hall, and we got the Narcissist in there. Oh, the ring filling back up with people after I just took care of like throwing 4 people out, I'm pretty sure. It was quite a lot. And there's the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. All 6 men in the ring again. I forget how many people were there total. Are there 12 people total? I think? I'm not even sure anymore. Oh, the Narcissist with that relentless choke. Oh man, there's so much you can talk about in these games. But I think I spent a lot more time with the N64, like 3D games overall. If you look at the N64 library, there were so many wrestling games, and I know that's when wrestling was at its biggest. You had the big feud of WWF versus WCW. So many games though. I remember playing WCW NWO Revenge a whole hell of a lot. I probably had put like 100 hours into that game, I kid you not. And it was very similar to some of the other WWF games, WrestleMania 2000. No Mercy seems to be a lot of people's favorite whenever I talk to people, and it's good, they all got better. Eventually I made my way over to the PlayStation and got some of the SmackDown games. I think the last wrestling game I ever bought was SmackDown 2. And that was pretty good. That game really, I remember, pushed the PS1 as far as it could go, as far as the graphical intensity of it all, because the loading times in that game were ridiculous. I swear, every time you made the decision, 30-second load screen, which, yeah, it wasn't all that uncommon for the PS1 to begin with, but man, that would just, you know, the PS2 was probably going to be out within a year by the time the game came out anyway. Oh, there's a Razor's Edge to Mr. Perfect! Oh! Not that it matters so much anymore. Mr. Perfect's been in there as long as I have. And considering he's computer controlled, he could probably be tossed out quite easily at any given moment. But I wouldn't mind trying to play one of the new games. Oh, that's a good clothesline there to the $1 Million Man. Wouldn't mind trying to do one of the newer ones. I'd love to see how they've advanced with Create a Wrestler, because even in SmackDown 2, the Create a Wrestler was really pretty weak, and not trying to involve storylines, it just didn't work out really that well. But I'm sure things have changed so much that I would have no idea what's going on if I picked one up. Oh, man. Alright, we're down to 3 here. In the Royal Rumble, we got The Undertaker, Ted DiBiase, and Ric Flair. And, oh, I missed the dropkick. And the DiBiase hits his, though. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, man. If I run out of health, I'm in real trouble of actually getting thrown out. Oh, man. Flair just now down there double teaming, doing a number. It's good strategy to try to take down the big man, The Undertaker. Come on. Nope. Can't throw him out that time. I probably could have from there, actually. Ugh. Alright, time to finish off Flair. Come on. Get over here. Where are you? There you are. Come on. Yes, alright. Just The Undertaker and DiBiase to finish things up. Oh, the atomic drop. It's not enough, though. Not enough to get him out of the ring. He's trying to power him out. Can he get the tombstone? No! It's too much. Not enough strength left. Oh, and DiBiase hits the drop kick. And a big running elbow. Oh, Undertaker's in trouble. He's just being pummeled to the ground. Oh, and then I guess some sort of body splash there. Oh, Undertaker trying to fight back. No, not close enough to the ropes, though, to toss him out. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, seriously, I'm tapping Y as hard as I can to try to throw him out. But I just have no health left. And one kick or punch will knock me right down. Oh, the relentless assault continues. Oh, is there any hope? Any hope at all for the Undertaker? Oh, stop myself there. We go. Yes, we've done it. We've done it. The Undertaker wins the 1995 Royal Rumble. Actually, that was Shawn Michaels, but it doesn't matter. We did it. Oh, man, that's so much fun to pick up every now and again. Let's see how I did. How many guys did I eliminate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys. Nice. Not bad. Not bad for having not played this in quite a while. But anyhow, guys, I figured I'd just show you one of my favorite games from my past. that's all for today. If you have any suggestions on games that you want to see me play, please leave them in the comments below. All suggestions will be highly considered and most likely played. But for now, this has been the Johnny Kage. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you have not, and I will talk to all of you guys tomorrow.